has already won its Division IV state semifinal game, and they move on to await the winner of our next contest. That is Colfax and Dominican, and on the call is Bob Bradovich and Chris Zwetler.
Thank you very much, Brian. With Chris Wetler, I'm Bob Bradovich. You know, Cuba City was so impressive in that first semifinal. They are not the #1 ranked team in Division IV by the Coaches Association. That's Dominican. The Knights come in averaging just under 80 points per game. 4 guys in double figures as we look at our Menards points for the game.
Yeah, they're a very strong team, Bob. They're on a mission since about the second last game of the year when Coach was ejected from a game for defending one of his players, and it came back from 9 points down with 4 minutes to go. They've just been on a tear ever since, and if you see that, that's a lot of points by 4 guys to put up in a starting lineup.
And you look at the size as well, 3 6'3" guards and a 6'9" freshman.
Well, I think it's the all-name team for me. I think if you look at their last names, there are a lot of those guys from other areas of the world of basketball have gone on to have pretty good careers, and then Diamond Stone in the middle. I mean, how much better does it get than that?
Let's talk a little bit about the Colfax Vikings at state for the first time since 1978. Couple sons of players on that team. Colfax comes in, 3 guys averaging in double figures. Got to keep an eye on his Lane Olson, very athletic center.
He is. I was watching him in practice earlier today over at the high school in the local area, and he was very athletic, gets off the ground real quick. They're going to need that. They're going to need his presence. Talking to Coach Meade, he just says he's got to keep Dominican from getting to the basket, getting out in the break, and going with it.
Talk about some keys from both sides. I mean, Dominican, they want to play their game. Colfax is going to take them out of what Dominican likes to do.
Well, they do. They've talked about that they've got to slow it down. They talked about limiting possessions and shortening the game, but I don't know if they'll be able to do that. And then they're going to have, because they've never done that all year. So now they're going to have to try and do that, keep Dominican from getting out in the bus. Dominican's going to want to pump it into Stone, and then feed off, go inside him and feed off everybody else, and then get Taylor, Jordan, and Wilson out in transition, trying to get them ahead of everybody else.
We'll be back to meet these teams in just a bit. Right now, a message from our statewide sponsors. This is your WIAA network station.
We live in a place where freedom of speech is our right. Giving someone a platform to speak ensures their ability to exercise that right. By standing up for educators, advocating for programs like foreign language, WIAA speaks for me and my students. Add your voice to the conversation at Speak Out Wisconsin on Facebook.
Save big money during the Menards March Madness sale. Keep your home dry with Barracuda pumps. This 1/3 horsepower model is $79. Stay protected even when the power goes out with this primary and battery backup sump system. $249. Get the job done fast and enjoy your yard with Yardman. This 3-in-1 mower has a 21-inch wide cutting path and 6-position height adjusters. It can bag, mulch, or side discharge. $199.
Save big money at Menards.
Time to meet these 2 teams. Here is PA announcer Rick Torgerson.
And now let's meet the participants in tonight's Division IV semifinal game between the Dominican Knights and the Colfax Vikings. First of all, let's meet the participants for the Dominican Knights. They are number 4, Jalen Daniels. Number 12, Connor Schwartz. Number 14, Max Pignotti. Number 22, Adam O'Neill. Number 24, Quentin Miller. Number 34, Sam Starkey. Number 42, Patrick Fettelmeyer. And number 44, Brian Marquez. And now let's meet the Colfax Vikings. Number 4, Kyle Deutsch. Number 10, Dylan Lloyd. Number 12, Cody Zivik. Number 21, Sawyer DeMoe. Number 23, Josh Shipman. Number 30, Joe Wall. Number 34, Clay Olson. Number 40, Trevor Seacraw. Number 42, Michael Larson. and number 50, Garrett Miller. And now let's meet the starting lineups. First of all, for the Dominican Knights. At guard, number 1, Dwayne Wilson. At guard, number 3, Jamal Taylor. At guard, number 10, Breon Jordan. At forward, number 25, Jack Jelassic. And at forward, number 33, Diamond Stone. And the head coach of the Dominican Knights is Paul Wallersheim. And now let's meet the Colfax Vikings. At guard, number 5, Austin Huss. At guard, number 20, Greg Christoffel. At forward, number 24, Ethan Kiekhafer. At forward, number 32, Hayden Fear. And at center, number 44, Lane Olson. And the Vikings are coached by Andy Mead. Our officials tonight are Wesley Porter, David Wilson, and Charles Hedrick, all from Milwaukee.
Here are the starting lineups brought to you by Delta Dental of Wisconsin, keeping Wisconsin smiling for 50 years. The Knights of Dominican will start 2 seniors, Taylor and Jordan. Wilson is a junior. Jelassic, a sophomore. Diamond Stone, 6'9", just a freshman. For the Colfax Vikings, Christoffel and Fear are your seniors. Huss and Olson, juniors. Ethan Kiekhafer, a sophomore. Colfax in the white jerseys. Dominican in the black with the green trim. Diamond Stone, Lane Olson to jump center. Olson wins the tap. Ethan Kiekhafer with it, and the Vikings will start off on offense. Greg Christoffel with the basketball.
Dominican in their man-to-man defense, which they've been doing well all year.
Christoffel gets the high pick from Lane Olson. The lob to Lane Olson. Couldn't get that one to drop. Wilson back the other way ahead. Jamal Taylor.
That's just the thing Coach Mead did not want to see off the first possession, was Dominican Knights beating him down the floor for an easy one.
Hayden Fear in the corner, passes on the shot, knocked out of bounds by Wilson. Well, Colfax coming out, running some stuff early, couldn't get that to go, and then you see Dominican in transition right away.
They were trying to catch Dominican sleeping with a lob play on the end on the freshman, but Dominican covered up. It wasn't a very good pass for it, but
Kiekhafer short, Hayden Fear the follow. Tied just about 1 minute in here from the Kohl Center. Jelassic for 3.
Not very familiar with the three-point ball. He's only shot 15 all year, but knocked that one down with a lot of confidence.
Austin Huss. No. Diamond Stone, the rebound. And here comes Wilson. Wilson going up strong, offensive foul. There you see Paul Wallersheim. He had teams down here in 2004 and 05 when they won state championships. They were also here in 2008. It's a pretty good winning percentage right there.
Yes, many of those have come against the Crusaders over the years. Good take by Christoffel there to get a charge on Wilson and pick up an early foul for him. That's what they're going to need to do, some of those intangible things.
Whistle and a 3-second violation. Lane Olson was posting up. He wanted the ball, didn't get it, and was whistled on the violation.
Well, it was very hard for Fear to see inside there, too, with the length that was on him out in the perimeter area there. Dominican will run a high-low set.
Diamond Stone challenged by Lane Olson, and Stone will go to the free throw line.
Well, that time Dominican was able to isolate Stone down on the block, and when he gets it there, he's going to be very difficult to stop. His footwork for a freshman is excellent, and his touch on the free throw line is as well. Just when I say that.
Paul Wallersheim saying it's kind of hard not to get noticed when you're a 6'9" freshman. Now, this kid has been getting looks from the next level even when he was younger.
Yes. Somebody told me, I don't know if it's true or not, that he was the tallest 8th grader in the country last year. I don't know if that's true. Maybe tallest 8th grade basketball player.
Christoffel going in strong, but he loses the basketball.
I like the fact he wanted to attack the basket, though. That shows a lot of confidence and grittiness to go up against that big Dominican front line there.
You know, I was over at your high school yesterday watching the Colfax practice, and it seemed like they had a very good idea of what they wanted to do. But knowing what you want to do and then actually executing it, it's two different things sometimes.
Exactly.
Jelassic, another three, no good. Rebound, Christopher.
Well, they're a very confident team. I mean, they don't have 24 wins for nothing, so they're not going to back down.
Denied by Stone. Here comes Jordan. Taylor. Three-pointer, no good. Knocked out of bounds. It'll be Vikings basketball.
Colfax, I'm guessing, had a tough time simulating Stone's length in practices this past week. Plus, they put a guy up on a ladder.
Yeah, the ladder, the tennis racket, that's, you know, those are tried and true coaching maneuvers.
Yes.
You're facing a big man. Austin Huss. Denied by Jelassic. You know, Colfax has decent size. 6'6", 6'3", 6'2", 6 feet, 5'10". But then you look at Dominican. Three guys 6'3", Jelassic 6'6", Diamond Stone 6'9", then they can go to the bench, bring in Sam Starkey, who's 6'8". Diamond Stone, lefty hook.
Excellent defense by Lane Olsen.
Yeah.
Excellent defense. Didn't leave his feet, just put him up in the air. And he's an excellent jumper, so it'll be interesting to see.
Olsen denied by Stone, gets it back. Stone another block.
The two big fellas going after each other.
Wilson for three, no. Jordan to Stone, who throws it down.
Wait, and how high did he get off the ground there, maybe?
High enough to throw it down with authority.
Just reach up with both hands.
Christopher in a lot of trouble, but bailed out with the foul.
Well, excellent feed there by Jordan. Stone's got good hands. He just elevated enough to put it down with authority, like you said. Nice to get a dunk as a freshman in the state high school tournament, less than 4 minutes into the game.
They try the lob to Olsen, and Stone is there.
I think Coach Meade would rather have that decision back by that young man.
I had a newspaper article where Stone was talking that last year as an 8th grader, he watched the state tournament during study hall. He asked the teacher, well, can I go watch some basketball? He said, sure.
He'd already had his homework done.
Already
had his homework done.
Jamal Taylor for three.
Look for a timeout here.
And with that, Andy Meade wants to talk about it. 11-2, Colfax in a hole to Dominican.
Well, Dominican is so difficult to defend. You want to cover up the inside, then you got to leave the outside open, and then they knock down the jump shot. So you got to pick your poison, and you would think it'd be force them to shoot it from 22, 23 feet, and then if Wilson and Taylor and Jordan would knock those down, that could lead to a long night.
As a team, the Knights shoot 41% from behind the arc.
And I was amazed with talking to Coach Wollersheim that they'd taken 548 threes. In comparison, the team I coach at Edgewood, I thought we took a lot, and that was 404. 144 more three-pointers than we took.
You get a good look at Ethan Kike, for his dad was on that 1978 Class C state championship team, as was the father of Hayden Fear, number 32.
And Fear played as a senior, and Kikefer is a sophomore, and their kids are playing those respective years right now for the Vikings of Colfax.
Connor Schwartz from outside, no. The rebound to Zivic, and he'll give to Kikefer. Yeah, both dads just beaming last Saturday after that sectional final, and just so happy that their kids get a chance to experience what they did some years ago. Steal on the baseline by Jamal Taylor.
Colfax is going to have to clean that up a little bit, because if they're 2 passes and a turnover, Dominican's just going to feed off of that.
Jordan gets the pick from Feldmeyer. Now Taylor. Lob inside to Diamond Stone.
Travel.
Move that back foot. We have a timeout on the floor. We will step aside as well to hear a message from our statewide sponsors. This is your WIAA network station.
It's Game 3 of the Central League Soccer Tournament, and Dave, these kids are beat.
And there's still one game left. I don't know how they're ever going to make it.
Let's hope their coach has some inspiration before the next game.
Want to know a secret? Research indicates that low-fat chocolate milk is better at rehydrating, helping muscles recover, and boosting energy than leading sports drinks.
Wow, it's like a whole new team. What's their secret?
It's pretty amazing, Bob.
Got chocolate milk?
Okay, Edith, you are all set with the Packers checking account.
Thank you.
And we have a special gift for you.
Oh?
Hello, Edith.
Want more Aaron Rodgers in your life?
Oh, my.
Is that part of the deal?
Oh.
Get exclusive Packers checks featuring Aaron when you open a Packers checking account. For details, go to your nearest branch or visit us online.
So do you play canasta?
All the time.
I love that game.
Dominican leading Colfax 11-2. Just under 3 minutes to go here in this first quarter. Where are these teams from, you may ask? Well, Dominican in Whitefish Bay, north side, just north of downtown Milwaukee. Colfax in west central Wisconsin, a little bit northwest of Eau Claire, a little bit northeast of Menominee.
Your area.
Sure, absolutely.
God's country.
Very pretty over there.
Okay.
Very pretty. Got the rolling hills of western Wisconsin.
Just up there last weekend. Heading to Minneapolis.
You didn't stop for golf.
I know it.
You're a busy guy.
Still snow on the ground, man.
Not anymore, Chris. Colfax basketball. They've been trying to attack with just too many turnovers early on. Getting credit for the effort, however.
That's right. You still got to keep doing that. There's a long ways to go here.
They try to go inside to Lane Olson. He is fouled by Sam Starkey. Starkey, nice story, a 6'8" senior. He just had a lot of knee problems. He's had several surgeries. Knees were kind of flaring up on him again this summer, but he got that rectified with some medication. And Coach Wallersheim, happy to have him back in there. Said he's just the prototypical senior leader.
They said it was just a simple arthritis medicine they put him on, and it seemed to clear everything up just like that.
Usually you have to get to our age to be bothered by arthritis, Chris. Well, Lane Olson going up strong a couple times. Kiefer denied by Starkey.
I thought it was a good job by the official to let those guys just keep playing there too.
Breon Jordan in a little trouble, had it knocked away by Zivik. Vikings come up with it.
Olson limping a little bit. I think he caught one in the thigh.
Christoffel bodied on the way in. That foul is going to go on Connor Schwartz.
No, I think they got Christoffel or Schwartz a little early on the call, and if you wouldn't have, Christoffel pushed off on the next dribble.
Here's Zivik off the glass. No. Gets it back. Goes in. Lane Olson, the nice tip in.
Well, nice to see him get a hook there because he's really been working harder on the glass this first quarter. He can shoot it there.
Aiden Fear the rebound. Now Christoffel will walk it up for the Vikings. Down 7 as this first quarter winds down. Little runner by Zivik, short.
Bust out.
Taylor back the other way to Breon Jordan.
Taylor did an excellent job there. He kept the ball until the defense came to his side, and then he had the easy pass to Jordan for a layup. Very fundamentally sound in that possession.
Christoffel lobs it. Olson Blocked from behind, but they say Starkey got a little bit of the hand. Right, Lane Olson just working hard out there.
Also number 34, Sam Starkey, second, team's fifth.
Hung with it, kept going to the glass. Sooner or later, you're going to get a call there. You know, that last possession by Dominican where Jordan got the layup. Coach Wollersheim says that Jamal Wilson, he thinks is the best guy in the state in transition. With his decision-making, his finishing, and taking care of the basketball. That's quite a compliment.
Quentin Miller checking in for the first time. He wears number 4 for Dominican. Colfax bringing in Josh Shipman. Sawyer DeMoe getting set to check in, but that will depend on the outcome of this free throw by Lane Olson. Comes in averaging just under 14 points per game.
He's done a nice job. He deserves a little rest here.
Colfax had a solid team last year, lost in the sectional finals to Grantsburg, and Grantsburg made it to that D4 state championship game. They graduated a couple good players. Tom Wall, who's playing as a freshman for Cardinal Stritch. Lewis Mao, who's in the rotation at UW-Eau Claire. But they had a nice core back and gelled fairly early on, and here they are at the state tournament.
Well, they get a basket here. It's going to be a solid first quarter for them, I think.
Christopher on the drive, but he shuffled the feet as he came to that jump stop. And Dominican will get the basketball with just under 3 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Jamal Taylor is no good. We have played 1 quarter. It's Dominican on top of Colfax, 13-6. Now a message from your local station. This is your WIAA network station.
Visual image photography is the official photographer of the WIAA State Tournament Finals. Capture the once-in-a-lifetime experience for years to come with championship game action and award ceremony photographs. Visit the VIP website at BIWIS.com to browse and order photos. The website address is also provided in your ad in the state tournament program. Again, that website is BIWIS.com.
This WIAA game summary is brought to you by Skyward, creator of Skyward School Management System and Skyward Family Access, the best solution for Wisconsin school districts and parents. Dominican, the big edge with assists and 2 3-pointers, part of the reason the Knights have a 7-point lead as we get set to start this second quarter.
Well, Bob, you look at those stats, you'd think that Colfax would be down about 15 points. Fact of the matter is, no assists, no threes, and shooting just under 20% in the game.
Kike for 3 is no
down
good.
7 is pretty good.
Well, they're battling. They're scrapping.
They're really scrapping hard.
Diamond Stone trying the 3.
Interesting, a 6'9" guy's got to push it a little bit from his waist. I'm sure that's to create a softer touch.
Lane Olson denied by Stone, whistle and a foul. Or check that, it's a travel.
Travel on Dominican. Yep, on Stone.
Closed captioning of this WIAA tournament broadcast is brought to you by your local WIAA network station. Lane Olson, turnaround, gets it back. Stone the rebound. And Wilson back the other way.
Took Olson a little longer to get down the floor that time. I think he's getting really tired.
Diamond Stone. Well, that time he got the foot. Most times Olson is at good position. That time Stone got him sealed a little bit.
I'll tell you what, Lane Olson's going to sleep good tonight. He is battling at both ends of the floor, and I have a feeling it's just the start of that. It's like he's laboring a little bit over there.
Huss loses the basketball. Wilson to Stone, who swings it. With Miller now to Wilson.
Nice decision there by Miller to give it up.
Quentin Miller.
Well, Miller did a nice job. Stone swung it weak side. He decided he didn't want the three, make the extra pass. Then he gets rewarded by sneaking in there, getting the offensive rebound, and putting it back in to score.
Kiefer double teamed. They get it to Huss, who is clobbered. And he will go to the line.
Good entry pass there, another good extra pass there, and two guys take care of Huss.
Austin Huss on the season, just over 14 points per game, 14.3 if you want to be exact.
Almost 79% from the free throw line too, so that wasn't a familiar miss for him.
Cody Zivic, one of the top reserves for the Vikings, checking back in for Colfax. Unauthorized use or rebroadcast of this program and live internet stream without the express written consent of Quincy Newspapers Incorporated, Wisconsin Broadcast Division is strictly prohibited and a violation of U.S. copyright law.
Christoph.
Bumping down low. Foul's going to go on Colfax. Sawyer DeMole.
Bumping Diamond Stone.
Fouls on number 21, Sawyer.
Jamal Taylor, one of the starters, checking back in for the Knights.
Returning for Dominican, number 3, Jamal Taylor.
Dwayne Wilson backing in, bucket, and the foul.
Well, he did a great job catching the ball first and squaring up to the basket and then finishing on the shot. Christopher caught him on the elbow here. Watch this. Upper body strength got him that basket there.
Not much Christopher could do there. He went straight up.
No, he did, but the official must have thought he hit him on the elbow, I think, a little bit. He actually bumped him on the way up.
Yeah, definitely contact. You know, one thing Andy Meade was saying at practice to his guys is that, hey, we're not going to be blocking a lot of their shots.
No.
So just stay on your feet, get the hands up, try to challenge the shooters as much as you can, and try to turn this team into a jump shooting team. But what I'm seeing early on is Dominican is capable of hitting those jump shots.
And Coach Meade talked a tremendous amount about keeping Dominican staying in front of Dominican. Don't let them get any kind of angle or any kind of gap to the basket because it'd be very difficult to recover and help.
The 2012 WIAA tournament is brought to you by Rural Mutual Insurance Company, a proud sponsor of the WIAA Rural Mutual Sportsmanship Award. Go to ruralins.com.
Dominican came out that time after the made free throw with a little diamond trap, full court diamond trap press. Caught Colfax a little bit surprised. Colfax had to burn a timeout after they threw the ball in the corner.
Dominican just one loss this season, and that was to Division I power Germantown. We'll see G-Town tomorrow night in a highly anticipated battle with Madison Memorial.
Dominican actually had a 9-point lead in that game in the second quarter. I believe it was played back in December, and then G-Town poured it on.
Also number 10, Breon Jordan, his first team 7.
Breon Jordan picks up the foul. That's 17 fouls on Dominican, so the Vikings will be in the bonus the rest of the way. Greg Christopher, the senior at the line, averaging about 3.5 points per game, but Andy Meade saying he is our unquestioned leader. He's the one that kind of sets the tone and gets everyone where they need to be.
No question about it. Just watching him here for the first 10 or 11 minutes, you can tell that he's the guy that sets the tempo for them defensively as well as offensively.
The 11-point lead for Dominican. Knights have the basketball.
Dominican will wait for a breakdown in the defense by Colfax, and then they'll attack.
Jamal Taylor, pull-up jumper, no. Breon Jordan, the rebound. Lane Olson able to save it. Hayden Fear going along the sideline. And he is bumped and fouled by Feldmeyer.
Falls on number 42, Patrick Feldmeyer. That's his first, team's 8th.
Now Colfax could use this to their advantage. They're already in the bonus with just under 5 minutes to go, and they only have 3 team fouls themselves. So getting back on into the game off the free throw line with the clock stop, just a classic way to climb back into games here if they can convert.
Fear bounces that one in on the season. He averages 63.3% from the line. Comes in at about 4.5 points per game. 2 of 2 that trip, and they've got the margin back into single digits.
And keep it around that 10 mark or less here before half. That'll be a big boost for the Vikings as they get ready for the third quarter.
Dwayne Wilson, long on that 3, and the rebound to Cody Zivic.
I don't think Coach Wollersheim locked that decision on that shot there.
Go inside, Lane Olson. Backing in on Diamond Stone, doesn't get the roll.
Good job by Stone, just putting his hands up. He almost could change a light bulb in the ceiling. Watch out.
Dwayne Wilson to Diamond Stone, who was challenged that time by Hayden Fear.
That's where you'll see him in about 2 years. He'll take the player that tries to challenge him and the ball and stuff it down the basket.
Ethan Kikefer for 3.
Climbing back in it, 6-point game. They've done a great job of not panicking or worrying about everything. They just keep playing and coming at you, as we mentioned earlier in the first quarter, and now they're back within 6 points.
Diamond Stone, no good. Rebound to Cody Zivic.
That was good possession by Dominican there, though. Got it inside. He got a nice little jump hook there, just didn't go.
Zivic to Hayden Fear. He picks up the dribble, trying to go up top, and it's picked off. Breon Jordan.
Just like that, a turnover converted into 2 points. Got to use your pass fakes on that. You can't panic when you got the ball, especially in that short corner, and see your target. Easy for me to say here. Another turnover.
Behind the back, Jordan. Now a break. Dwayne Wilson with the reverse.
Just like that, back to 10 points.
And again, it's off turnovers. Christopher. Lob to Lane Olson. He'll pop from the baseline, a little short. And now a run out for the Knights. Diamond Stone. Can't get that one to drop, but he'll go to the line.
Also number 32.
So there again, a unadvised pass there out of the corner. Easy layup there. Then a pick and clean here and go. Deflection and push. And you got a layup now at the other end again.
There are a few guys on both teams that are looking a little gassed at this point. It's been a good pace. It's been up and down, and both teams really getting after it. But you're right. If you're Colfax, you have to be really sure on those passes.
Well, like I said earlier, for them to try and simulate the quickness and athleticism they were going to see tonight, for them to try and simulate in practice Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday of this week, I'm sure they tried to do everything they could, but eventually you're not going to know what you're going against until you get the green light, goes on and you go face it at the Kohl Center.
Now a message from our statewide sponsors. This is your WIAA network station.
If you want someone who understands Wisconsin farmers, find someone who speaks your language. We're fluent in farm. Rural Mutual Insurance is Wisconsin's largest farm insurer. Our 150 local agents offer farm families the best advice and fast claim service. Since Rural Mutual Insurance only does business in Wisconsin, premiums paid here stay here to keep Wisconsin strong. RuralINS.com shows how our farm policy offers comprehensive coverage for your home and farm.
That was me, the slam dunk king. All right, that was me. 6 championships under my belt. I never got off the couch. So then one day I looked in the mirror and I saw my dad. Started playing basketball for real, but not with these giants. Or with him. There we go. Playing with Ben and James. Yeah. Almost dunked it. Soon I'll be able to dunk it.
Back at the Kohl Center, our final game of day one. This 2012 WIAA State Boys Basketball Tournament Division IV Semis. Dominican on top of Colfax 25-14.
Dominican come on a little token pressure here, possibly, with some trapping in the corners.
Saw the graphics, turnovers and points off turnovers, and that's Dominican's game.
Yep.
They like to pressure the basketball, turn you over, and hustle it down the other way.
And it's all their plays. Their bigs, their guards, their forwards, all of them.
Sawyer Demo is denied by Diamond Stone. And going to the glass is Jamal Taylor. No, but Patrick Feldmeyer cleaning up on the glass.
That is really disheartening for Colfax. They do a nice job on initial defense, but then they can't clean the glass for the rebound, give up the offensive putback.
Colfax had it into single digits and was just at a point where it looked like they were going to make a little bit of a run and make this thing interesting. And boom, boom, boom. It's Dominican now up 13.
Here we go.
Jamal Taylor taken away by the Vikings. And here's Ethan Kiekefer. He's able to finish.
Well, Taylor just lost control of the ball there, and it's all it took for the ball to turn over, and Colfax shows their transition game.
Diamond Stone spinning baseline, gets it to Feldmeyer, but Stone fouled on the drive.
You think Sawyer Demo, as a freshman, he's going to have nightmares of this for a few years, or thinks he'll want another shot at Diamond Stone?
This is one of these games. Again, you look at both of these teams, and just getting this state tournament experience now, and getting guys. Andy Meade saying that one of the biggest things for his team was just the progress they made over the summer. One thing, guys just physically grew a little bit, but the second thing is that they really committed themselves. They worked hard. They, went to their team camps, and they did a lot of individual work. And one of the things that happens when teams come down here is you realize, wow, there's some good players all over the state.
Wisconsin basketball has amped up so much in the last 10 years with all of its teams and players and coaches. It's just been remarkable and it's been outstanding for the state.
And if you just take that and use that as motivation and let that drive you, that's how everyone becomes better. Lane Olson going up high for that rebound.
Way up over the rim for that rebound. I thought he was going to put it back in and dunk it for
Hayden Fear open from the outside. No, Olson had it.
Olson working.
He will go to the line.
He's been a presence around the rim on both ends of the floor the whole night so far.
Number 10, Breon Jordan. That's his second.
Breon Jordan, the foul.
Lane Olson, shooting two.
2 fouls on Jordan.
He'll be coming out. Nice rotation on the free throw there by Olson. 63% free throw shooter for the year.
Patrick Feldmeyer, Connor Schwartz back into the game for Dominican.
Well, you look at Colfax shooting percentage, and the fact they're only down by 10, I find amazing.
Jamal Taylor with Hayden Fear on him. Taylor rises up. No, knocked out of bounds. And Dominican will keep it.
Kind of surprised to see Dominican shoot a 3 there when we're under the 40-second mark. And another one.
Quentin Miller, no. That one goes off Hayden Fear, who had hit the deck.
Jamal Taylor might have got away with one there. There was a lot of contact under the basket between Taylor and Fear. Now we'll see if they go for one. You can tell Colfax is a fundamentally sound man-to-man defensive team. They've done a nice job of staying between the basket and the ball all night. There's been a couple busts out by Dominican, but not too bad. Double screen coming here for Taylor.
Jamal Taylor won't get that one to go.
Got a good look at it. He just couldn't finish.
We have played 2 quarters here from the Kohl Center. Dominican 27, Colfax 17. Now a message from our statewide sponsors. This is your WIAA network station.
Save big money during the Menards March Madness sale. Add elegance and quality to your cabinet hardware with Hickory. With over 1,400 knobs and pulls and 9 finishes, you're sure to find a perfect design. All 15% off. Light up your home in style with Patriot Lighting. The Grenadier collection has an oil-rubbed bronze finish and white linen glass. The semi-flush ceiling light is $29. The 9-light chandelier is $119.
Save big money at Menards.
Skyward Family Access has been a great tool for our family. They are able to stay on top of all their assignments and tests. I also find that having 3 kids in 3 different schools allows me to keep up with each child so much easier using the Skyward Family Access. The thing for me is that I can communicate with their teachers, and they now give me progress reports every week about my kids and what they're doing. And I just think that's invaluable.
The Colfax dance team has taken the floor here at the Kohl Center. Their Vikings trailing Dominican at the half, 27-17. Bob Bradovich, Chris Wetler, back with you. And Chris, your impressions of that first half?
Well, you look at the stats. Colfax is out-rebounding Dominican by 2, and they've got 5 more free throws. And you would think that maybe they'd be up, but they're down 10, and that's because they're shooting the ball so poorly. But I'm impressed with how they keep attacking the basket. And, I think that's, I'm really happy, excited about their scrappiness there. They're just not getting anything out of it because Dominican's just too big. On the other hand, Dominican's, I think, going to wear them down here in the second half, but you never know. Colfax seems like a pretty gritty group of kids.
A couple times Dominican seemed like they settled for some 3-pointers, and I'm guessing that's something Paul Wallerstein going to want to talk about at the half.
I would think Paul's going to touch on that at halftime because I was watching him after they kept shooting those threes there, and he was shaking his head. So I think that's probably a point of emphasis in his mind that they're going to probably come out and try and throw it down in the paint a lot more to Diamond Stone.
Chris and I will be back in just a bit with first half stats and highlights. Right now, let's send it to Brian Groff.
All right, thank you very much, Bob and Chris. We look forward to that. I am joined now by Tony Evers. He is a Wisconsin Superintendent of Public Schools. Thanks for dropping by. We've had a lot of live interviews this evening, and you're the last man standing.
I appreciate it, Brian. It's great to be here. It's an exciting day.
This is always a great time to see what these young student athletes are doing here on the basketball court. And we do call them student athletes because they are successful when it comes to being in the classroom. Could you talk about some of the success that our Wisconsin students do have across our state?
Absolutely. Certainly our athletes are doing great, but academically all our students are doing well. We lead the nation in graduation rates. Our ACT scores consistently are in the top 2nd or 3rd. We lead the Midwest in the number of advanced placement courses we take. Overall, we're doing a great job in our schools.
To what do you attribute that success?
Well, all sorts of things. Certainly community sport, but I will tell you that I think person by person and pound for pound, we have the best teaching staff and support staff in the nation. But it does come down to an analysis, the whole community rallying around a school, and we have that here tonight. We have that in every school district across the state.
When you look at the total picture of a student athlete, sports is part of that. How does sports help with some of the success in the classroom? And it doesn't even have to be athletics. It could be music. It could be other things that are extracurriculars.
Absolutely, and I've spent a lot of time this year on that very topic. I visit a lot of schools and talk to students about their extracurricular activities and their sports, because those types of things are what keep high school students and middle school students engaged, and there's nothing more important than engaging students in order for them to succeed. There's all sorts of literature to support that, so this is a great way to showcase that.
Yeah, we always see the players that are on the court, but you have the cheerleaders, you have the band, you have so many other people that it really makes up a fun community event, especially when we get to this point where there's a couple of weeks of state basketball.
Absolutely. It's a fun event, but I'd have to reiterate the whole notion of being involved with extracurricular activities teaches kids teamwork, teaches them how to collaborate, all those kind of skills that when I talk to business people across the state, that's exactly what they're looking for. So this, again, is a great showcase for what we can do as a state.
It's a good cycle that you see as well as these students graduate and they move on, they go to college, and then a lot of them come back and they contribute into their community as well, and they become teachers themselves.
Absolutely. When you're a high school graduate, you are more involved in your community. You vote, you volunteer for things in your community, and all that starts in our schools. But it really comes to fruition as they move into high school and really participate in all these activities.
Tony Evers, thank you so much for dropping by. We do appreciate
it. Thanks a lot, Brian. Appreciate it.
All right, we'll send it back downstairs to Bob Bradovich and Chris Zwettler.
All right, thanks, Brian. Well, first half in the books. Dominican led 13-6 after one. In the second, Dominican outscoring Colfax 14-11. It's a 10-point game. Colfax is hanging around, and they're doing it with some good hustle plays as we check out our first half highlights. And Colfax, this play right here will kind of sum it up. Check out Lane Olson, the 6'6 junior center, just battling hard.
Lane Olson's just been around the rim all night long, and it's a good thing that's kept Colfax in the game. Here's another tip play that he kept it live and stayed with it.
Hayden Fear with the bucket there. And then check out Ethan Kiekefer. Finds himself open and knocks down a three.
Well, the defender fell down. He realized it, squared up to the basket, and nailed the three.
Dominican, when they get in transition,
well, this is a nice
tough team, and they're also unselfish too. And Diamond Stone, the slam, but a nice pass by Breon Jordan.
Taylor with the three, and he's good at shooting those threes, especially in a defender's grill.
In great form too. Squares up nicely, goes straight up, and here's Jordan, the steal, defense, leading to offense.
Whenever you make passes from away from the basket towards your basket, usually doesn't lead to good things.
First half stats, you've touched on it, Chris. The Vikings are shooting 4 of 25, and yet they're within 10.
Yeah, it's a 10-point game, and that's because they've been gritty, they've been scrappy, they've just been trying to play their game. They just can't get any shots to fall. We'll see if that can change the second half.
Colfax has been challenging Dominican inside. The Knights have 7 blocks. For the Knights, Diamond Stone, a freshman, leading the way with 6. The backcourt of Wilson and Taylor, each with 5. Ethan Kiekefer has a 3-pointer. He's got 5 points. Lane Olson has 5. Hayden Fear has 4. Can we expect either team to change a whole lot for the second half?
Well, no, I think that for Colfax, you might, they're going to hope that they can make a few shots. They get, be interesting to see in the third quarter if they come out and nail a couple, what that might do for their psyche and their confidence overall. Because I think they're defending fine. They keep defending that way. That'll keep them in the game. They just got to get some shots to fall. Dominican, I think you'll see them come out and try and pump it inside a couple possessions to Diamond Stone, or try and get Taylor or Wilson to penetrate to the basket and feed, either take it themselves or get the extra pass for the assist.
27-17, Dominican in the lead at the half. We will step aside to hear a message from your local stations. This is your WIAA network station. Dominican leading Colfax 27-17 as we get set to start this third quarter of action. The winner of this Division IV semifinal moves into the state championship game on Saturday to face Cuba City. Head coach Jerry Pettigrew. Cubans very impressive in a win over Oshkosh Lures, first game of our evening session tonight.
Oh, they sure will. Jerry had his team ready to go, and they just came out business-like and took care of business right away and opened up a gap. The game was it was a no-doubter from the get-go on, and they're on a mission too, as well as Dominican is. Not that the Dominican's going to finish this off, but Cuba City's definitely on a mission to get that fourth state championship for Jerry Pettigrew.
Dominican, some impressive numbers, especially in that points scored column. Head coach Paul Wallersheim saying, though, that in that Destiny and Brookfield Academy games, it's a good thing his team had its A game on those nights, because both of those teams put a scare a little bit into the nights, but his team was able to prevail.
Yeah, Paul said that he was very impressed with those two teams and that they played very well to get that victory. But also looking at those numbers, that shows you the good job that Colfax has done so far to hold the Knights only 27 points. So the Vikings of Colfax are still in this game.
Colfax in that regional final against Colby got a tip-in bucket from Lane Olson very late to go up 50-48, and then Colby had a chance with a 1-on-1 right at the end of regulation, wasn't able to convert, so the Vikings moved on from that one and defeated Fall Creek and their neighbors from Boyceville to get here to state. The 2012 WIAA tournament is brought to you by the Dairy Farm Families of Wisconsin, the Wisconsin Milk Marketing Board. Dominican with the lead and the basketball as we start this third quarter. Diamond Stone up top, Dwayne Wilson. They go inside. And a nice finish by Jack Jelassic.
I'm sure that play was drawn up by Coach Wallersheim at halftime to say, we got to start getting that ball, and let's shoot it from where the red is, not from where the wood is.
You know, I think once you get your bearings, Christopher for three. And Taylor ahead to Wilson. Breon Jordan. Diamond Stone able to finish.
I think Wilson's lucky he got away without getting teed up there. I thought that he hung on the rim a little bit there after trying to get the offense rebound. Good hustle there.
Keycaver able to get out of the trap. Bounce pass, Austin Huss.
Nice job by Keycaver to clear the ball, and then the extra pass there for the layup by Huss.
Jamal Taylor denied by Lane Olson.
Letting him play underneath the basket there a little bit.
Christopher will bring it across. He'll try another three-pointer. That's no good. Rebound, Diamond Stone. Wilson into the paint. No, Diamond Stone. Rebound in a bucket.
Well, not only did Colfax not get back, they didn't have anybody to clean the board up after the miss, which, again, you've got to do that. You've got to get back on D first, and then you got to fall in the paint and be there for those missed shots, so then you can get your transition game going.
Keycaver, the kick out, Austin Huss, three-pointer out of the corner, no. Fear gets it back. The kick out, Ethan Keycaver, three-pointer, short. Here comes Jamal Taylor. To Diamond Stone, contact. Now get Christopher on the foul.
Good call by the official. Christopher didn't let Stone come down to catch the ball. He got in his way first, and that's what drew the contact. Now Colfax has come out, I think, and just taken at least 4 3 balls, and when you don't hit them, that usually leads to long rebounds, which will play into Dominican's hands, and they then got out in transition and busted down the court.
Diamond Stone rapidly approaching a double-double.
Not surprising.
I'm sure in the next 3 years he'll have an opportunity to just keep adding stats and stats and stats. Just a young man that head coach Paul Wallersheim says is sky's the limit for him.
He hasn't even started really training yet, strength training or anything.
Jamal Taylor.
It's a big series of plays by the Knights there. I think that Coach Wallersheim might have lit him up a little bit at halftime.
The lead is 17. Lane Olson, bounce pass. Hayden Fear, the reverse. Olson gets it back. Blocked by Diamond Stone. Those two go crashing. across the baseline. It'll be Dominican basketball.
Well, I'm guessing Lane Olson hasn't had to shot fake very often this year in the conference that they're playing in, but he better start doing a little bit tonight or he's going to keep getting the ball stuff down back at him.
Pass off Diamond Stone's hands.
And even if he does, he still might get it swatted back at him. But at least he's got to try to give a shot fake, then maybe go up underneath Diamond Stone there and maybe draw a foul and Stone goes across his arm.
Lane Olson going baseline. Nice reverse. Gets it back. Lane Olson and one.
I'll tell you what, he's got that stick-to-itiveness, doesn't he?
He also has that stare, too. Like he means business.
Yeah. He walked out of there after he made this hoop and just kind of gave a stare towards us and said, finally I get a call and finally one goes in right there. It's like, are you kidding me? What's taking this so long?
Diamond Stone will go to the bench. Taylor the pass ahead to Wilson. Good look down low. Jelassic couldn't handle that bullet.
Oh, I'm not sure he could see on the pass from Wilson. There was a couple guys in the way, and then by the time he got his hands up, the ball was by him.
Sawyer DeMoe back in for Colfax. Lane Olson will get a well-deserved rest. Both of those big guys are going to get a chance to sit now for a while. They have been banging.
Like I said, he's going to sleep well tonight.
Jamal Taylor trying to pass to Dwayne Wilson. Christopher had it and then lost it.
Not a smart pass there by the senior Taylor that time. He did not see the target. And Cristobal had hustled back to make the play.
There's the lob to Dwayne Wilson.
Cristobal got caught with his head turned, didn't see the inbounder taking it out. Was just guarding the offensive player. They just lobbed it right over his head.
The lead is 17.
Would you say it's a critical time here for the Vikings?
I would say so, yeah. Again, you can't fault the effort. I mean, they have really battled.
They have. They will be able to look in the mirror tonight either way after this game's over and say they gave it all they had. It's a foul.
Hitting the deck very hard that time was Sawyer DeMoe. And we're going to get Starkey on the foul.
Well, Starkey started out putting his hands straight up, and then he brought it down to try and block it when he really didn't need to. He's got about a 5-inch advantage on the freshman.
It's a hard concept, I would imagine, for you as a coach to keep reminding kids you don't always have to get that swat into row number 5 to be effective.
You know, by the time at 6'8", he puts his arms up. You know, his arms are, what do you think, are another 2.5 feet, maybe 2 feet? So it's almost 9 feet there up in the air already as it is. He's got to shoot it up over.
Sawyer DeMoe, 2-2. The lead is 15.
See if Colfax can hang around again and just try and get it back down to 10 by the quarter.
Jamal Taylor, no. Austin Huss going up
nice
high
rebound
for the
by Huss. 2 hands, elevated, brought it down. That was a great job by him. They could use him going for a little scoring. He is their leading scorer, but he's been very quiet tonight so far.
To run out, Jamal Taylor gets the bucket and the foul.
Late call by the official.
Calls on number 5, Austin Huss.
I think he called it on his hand, but it didn't go up to try and contest the shot. His lower hand, I think he got called for a push in the back. About the only thing I could see on that.
Jamal Taylor, the senior's got a lot of Division II interest. Teams over that Northern Sun Conference over in Minnesota.
Great conference.
And getting some D1 looks as well. Starting to get some teams that are looking at him. His backcourt mate, Dwayne Wilson.
Only a junior.
He's getting looks as well. Dominican wanted the held ball. Instead, the Knights will be whistled for the foul. Dwayne Wilson going to check back in for the Vikings.
A lot of Big Ten schools looking at Wilson.
Also back in for Dominican, Patrick Feldmeyer and Connor Schwartz.
Connor Schwartz and Diamond Stone.
Now Austin Huss getting to the free throw line. That's one way to get yourself going. He's only got 4 points for the night. He's averaging over 14, just under 15 a game, and they could use him here the rest of this way.
Dwayne Wilson, no. Lane Olson the rebound.
Not sure Dominican needs that shot. You know, you don't want them to change everything, but they could run all day of trying to go inside and then outside, and etc., or their transition.
Lane Olson rejected by Stone, but the Vikings take it right back. Christoffel leaves it for Huss. Austin Huss to Ethan Kiekefer. Lane Olson blocked by Stone, and then some good hustle by Shipman to knock the ball off of Stone out of bounds.
I think he's going to have a tough time getting that shot over him. But he's battling.
Yeah, he is, absolutely. Kiekefer.
Nice out of bounds set there by the Colfax Vikings.
Got it down to 50.
Give it to him.
Big guys banging down low. Diamond Stone going in on Lane Olson. Stone will be whistled for the foul.
Olson.
Calls on number 44, Lane Olson, his second, team's third.
2 fouls on Lane Olson.
Shooting 2.
Well, it's twofold for the reason for the Knights to go inside. One, Stone was very effective there, but two, it's just going to keep wearing down Olson. And they get him in foul trouble here in the fourth quarter. It's going to take a major player out of their system here for the rest of the way. As I was saying before, Stone hasn't even really gotten into training yet, strength and conditioning, nutrition. Wait till all that stuff starts to get in his life. He just turned 15 years old about 3 weeks ago.
May have some more growing to do, too. Coach, 43-26 is your score. Now a message from our statewide sponsors. This is your WIAA network station.
When you were a teen, a driver's license meant one thing, freedom. But to your parents, it meant the stress of finding and paying for auto insurance. Today, it's easy with Rural Mutual Insurance. We get teens. Our Town and Country auto policy offers young operator rates, claims-free discounts, deductible forgiveness, and multi-policy discounts of up to 25%. Since Rural Mutual Insurance only does business in Wisconsin, premiums paid here stay here to keep Wisconsin strong. Contact us at ruralins.com.
Self-expression can make a world of difference. Allowing individuals to express themselves is, in effect, telling them, you matter. By giving educators a voice, promoting programs like music and art, WIAA speaks for me and my students. Add your voice to the conversation at Speak Out Wisconsin on Facebook.
Dominican led by 7 after 1. They led by 10 at the half. The lead is now 17. Diamond Stone putting up numbers. 12 points, 12 boards, 8 block shots. If they keep challenging him in this basketball game, he may indeed get that triple-double.
Well, and he does such a good job of just going straight up and putting those massive arms of his just up in the air. And Olson just keeps firing at him. So I would guess that he's going to end up getting that double-figure blocks.
Paul Wallersheim saying that the seniors on this Knights team have done a very good job with Diamond Stone and have been good examples and telling him what's expected being in this program. Ethan Kiekefer for 3. No. Rebound to Feldmeyer. Back quickly the other way. Dwayne Wilson. Christoffel breaking the pressure. Having trouble handling the basketball after breaking that pressure, and a turnover on the Vikings.
Well, you might see Dominican really standing out. They've come out 2 possessions in a row and gone to that diamond press and trapping everywhere. And it got Colfax a little bit out of sync there, pushed it, got a quick 3 the first time down, and then turned it over the next time. And Dominican to see if they can convert it into points both times.
Dwayne Wilson, no. Diamond Stone, yes.
Well, he gets 2 more points and a rebound, so 14 points and 13 rebounds now. We'll see if he gets those 2 blocks to get the triple-double.
Lane Olson. Contact on the drive. And they'll get Connor Schwartz on the block.
Well, I thought Stone got away with a block before Olson even got to the glass. And then Schwartz tried to step in and take a charge, but he was on the other side of the basket, and typically officials don't give him the charge call in that situation. Thus, that circle that the NBA and colleges put in the game.
Breon Jordan back in for Dominican.
Nice luxury for Coach Wollersheim to be able to rotate 3 guards like that. And then Schwartz is no slouch. He's done a great job for him as well this year. Kind of a calming influence as a senior guard for them.
2 of 2 for Lane Olson.
That rotation looked good on the free throws there for Olson.
Got his legs into it.
Yeah, he did. Looked a little more fresh there. The triangle post offense Dominican's running right now here a little bit. They'll have low action there of a top of the key person at the top of the key and then 2 guys on the blocks.
Dwayne Wilson, look at that move.
Quick on quick.
And a steal by Dwayne Olson. And a bucket.
They can score in a hurry, can't they?
The lead is 23.
Good call by Coach Wollersheim to go into this diamond press and stay in it all the way down the floor.
Austin Huss, no rebound. Hayden Fear denied. Again, and another block by Diamond Stone.
There it is.
Not in my house,
nope,
says Diamond Stone.
Not in the Kohl. Second one, he got off the floor really quick. Really quick.
And he has his triple-double. 14, 13, and 10.
I think I had 3 of those in high school. Turnovers, minutes not played, missed shots.
I may have had those too, but those records are permanently sealed.
Not to divulge that information.
Well, whatever Paul Wollersheim said at halftime has certainly had the desired effect.
Not only that, but this press in the last 2 minutes has really been effective.
Jamal Taylor, short
excellent
on that
defense
one.
By Fear there.
Returning for Colfax, number 12, Cody Zivic.
Cody Zivic back in for the Vikings. Well, Colfax fans had a choice tonight. They could come down here to the Kohl Center, watch this game, or watch a girls' regional final against defending Division IV state champion Eau Claire Regis.
Well, didn't all 4 have their girls playing tonight? That's what I had heard. I had Cuba City.
Cuba City girls were playing. Yeah.
Lords, Dominican, and Colfax, all their girls team that were playing as well. It's kind of too bad in a way because it takes away fans from both games.
You know, that's where that technology comes in handy.
Right.
You get one of those fancy phones, you could be sitting in a gym somewhere else watching live streaming video of this, or you could be sitting here or getting texts or following Twitter or any of that stuff.
Doesn't help your gait, though. Not going to get it off.
Nope. Taylor can't get the shot off. I'll wave that one off. Comes after the buzzer. 3 quarters in the books. Dominican on top of Colfax, 51-28. Now, a message from your local station. This is your WIAA network station.
If you're a big fan of Wisconsin high school sports, check out WIAA TV for video webcasts and information on WIAA tournament events. For WIAA fans, this unique web portal features archive streams of WIAA state tournament action. That's WIAA.tv, your one-stop web source for archived high school video streaming.
This WIAA game summary is brought to you by Skyward, creator of Skyward School Management System, and Skyward Family Access, the best solution for Wisconsin school districts and parents.
Those are not stats that Colfax is going to want to watch when they come. They DVR the game and go home and watch it the next couple days. They are not going to want to see that end of the third quarter game summary.
And that third quarter is where Dominican really pushed this lead. It was 27-17 at the half, and Dominican outscoring Colfax in that third quarter 24-11. Wave off the bucket for Lane Olson, who says "my bad" to his teammates.
That was a nice set. Colfax ran out of the end of the quarter there. Just couldn't get anything out of it.
Diamond Stone the miss. Lane Olson the rebound.
Notice how well Stone uses both hands.
Austin Huss blocked by Diamond Stone. And a turnover back the other way, Jamal Taylor. Once again, a turnover and then points off
transition points off the turnovers. That'll be a big stat when this day's over.
Kiefer to the hoop. Olson tried the foul. Breon Jordan back the other way for Dominican.
Good defense by Christopher.
And Christopher standing his ground and taking the charge.
Did a nice job. He's been back by himself a lot tonight on the defensive end. That time he did a nice job moving his feet, getting his body a half a body ahead of the ball. Took the charge right in the chest and drew the foul. It's a good job on him.
Josh Shipman back in for Colfax, as is Hayden Fear.
And we'll see if Kovacs has a run in him here.
Returning for Dominican, number 34, Sam Starkey.
And Sam Starkey checking in for Dominican as the freshman Diamond Stone will take a seat. Getting a nice hand.
Rest.
Yeah, and a well-deserved hand from the Dominican faithful here at the Kohl Center. Colfax goes right inside to Lane Olson. Can't finish, but Starkey commits the foul, so Olson to the line.
Like well-coached teams should do. Stone went out, and went right back to Olson inside, challenging Starkey.
Lane Olson, shoot 2.
Andy Mead, the head coach at Colfax, has been with the Vikings program as the head man for 18 years. It was interesting, though, because he was there between the years of 84 through 99. He took 10 years off.
He's also had time with Marty Crow, Pat Hammond, Joe Smith, who played for Hank Ibe at Oklahoma State, and his high school coach was Eddie Sutton. The guy's been around some coaching legends, I'd say.
No question about it. And back with the Vikings, and it's interesting because he was asked what's the difference between kids now and kids when you first got into coaching. He said, well, it's pretty easy. It's just kids have so much more access now to training outside the school. And that's just kind of a given now. Back in the day, it was maybe you had a kid or two who would lift or run or that kind of thing. Well, now it's kind of par for the course. You said the athleticism, so much better. Even some of the dads on that 78 team grudgingly admit that these kids are a little bit more athletic.
Stronger, quicker, faster. Lane Olson just keeps working away in the post there and keeps going and going and going. He's like the ever-ready battery guy, the Energizer bunny. He just keeps going, and I give him a lot of credit. He is very gritty.
Looks like one of those kids where they probably have to tell him to get out of the weight room at some point. It's just because he's just a worker. You see what he's doing, and again, a kid who, he had some time last year. You could see the talent, but was very raw. He's really starting to kind of come into his own, and he's got one more year of high school basketball.
He doesn't care what the score is. He just continue to play, and that's really impressive. So does Dominican, by the way.
You watch Taylor and Wilson, and they can go at a high rate of speed, stop on a dime, and then great form on the jump shots.
And they don't even look tired. I mean, look at the two of them. Let's go. Who got it out of bounds? Let's go. Next play.
Ethan Kiekever knocks one down. Kiekever has 9 points on 4 of 10 shooting.
This is where I'd like to see a little team officiating there. The one official made the call. The other two officials were closer to the play. The ball was tipped when he elevated for the jump shot. Official didn't see that. Wilson goes to catch it. They call him for the travel.
Lane Olson going in against Diamond Stone. Not a block that time, but he definitely altered that shot.
Well, he might have got a piece of it. Just a little tip. We got a replay on it?
We'll check the final stats. We'll see. Long three-pointer. Dwayne Wilson, nothing but net.
Soft touch and just very confident young man. Fun player to watch. Only a junior. Like I said before, a lot of Big Ten schools have got their eyes on him.
Aiden Fear.
And the answer.
Right back with the three. And Dwayne Wilson. Oh, my.
The left-hand slam up over Fear and Olson off a transition. That took less than 3 seconds to come down and do that.
And then Wilson commits the foul on Christopher. But my guess is we're going to see this one again.
And we should. Boom. Olson's like, I'm getting out of his way. There's no way he can dunk that, and just slams it down. For those that left early, they missed a nice dunk.
Yes, you did. This whole tournament, we're seeing some fine high school basketball teams. We're also seeing an awful lot of kids who will be playing in college, whether it's the Division I, II, or III level.
And Bob, this is Division IV. People forget that. I mean, this is Division IV. These are schools, what, between the, was it the 399 and the 200 range?
Dominican's enrollment 303. Colfax 242.
Some pretty good high school basketball players out here. Who says small schools can't develop talent?
Well, you touched on it earlier, just the overall level of talent in the state of Wisconsin and how it's grown over the years.
Well, if you know, it'd be interesting if someone did a study of the Division I players that came out of this state, 70, in the 70s and 80s, and now what's come out in the 90s and the 2000s. I bet it's 7, 8, 9 times what it was in the 70s and 80s. We had our legends too then. I wasn't one of them, but we had our legends.
You just quoted your stats not too long ago. I'm like, how could that be?
Well, stats like that, I mean, yeah.
Of course, we didn't have the three-point line either. No, if we had had the three-point line back in the day, then
my average would have gone up at least to a half a point a game.
Our coaches still would have said, get the ball inside. Lane Olson now, 14 points. 2 of 18 from the floor. A lot of those have been blocked shots, but 10 of 13 from the line.
He's done a great job. He really has. He's battled all night long.
Diamond Stone fouled on the way up. Stone will go to the line to shoot 2.
Calls on number 24, Ethan
Kiekefer picks up the personal foul. Still 3:33 left, although I think we can say that Dominican will be the team moving on to Saturday to face Cuba City. And what are your initial impressions of that match?
I think it's going to be a heck of a game, and I think it's a matchup that everybody in the state that's been paying attention to these two programs and these two coaching legends have wanted. And now they're going to get it. And I think that the WIAA and the state of Wisconsin are going to be excited that we've got it. So let the basketball experts sort it out and make their picks to see what's going to happen.
And Colfax will graduate some seniors who've been outstanding leaders. There's that junior Lane Olson just battling again. And Andy Mead will get the timeout. But again, these guys that are coming back, this will be a good learning experience for them, and they will be better off for the experience. Now a message from our statewide sponsors. This is your WIAA network station.
Ah, the workout is over. Time to recover, refuel, and re-energize. Recent studies suggest that one drink can help muscles recover faster than other leading sports drinks. Delicious, nutritious chocolate milk. With its powerful package of protein, potassium, calcium, and 6 other essential nutrients, shouldn't chocolate milk be your choice? Got chocolate milk?
Okay, Edith, you are all set with the Packers checking account.
Thank you.
And we have a special gift for you.
Oh?
Hello, Edith.
Want more Aaron Rodgers in your life?
Oh, my.
Is that part of the deal?
Oh.
Get exclusive Packers checks featuring Aaron when you open a Packers checking account. For details, go to your nearest branch or visit us online.
So do you play canasta?
All the time.
I love that game.
Dominican, 3 minutes and 14 seconds away from making this one official and moving on into the Division IV state championship game to face unbeaten Cuba City.
Coach Wollersheim will be going after his 3rd state championship.
Inbound pass, Lane Olson. That time he was able to get around Diamond Stone.
Another good set call out of the timeout there by Coach Meade.
And Olson doing a nice job challenging the shot of Jamal Taylor. Certainly not a lack of effort for Colfax. Execution maybe not what they wanted, but obviously the competition extremely tough as Diamond Stone picks up 2 more block shots. Breon Jordan for 3, no. Christopher, the long rebound.
If there's a Purple Heart to give out tonight for a guy battling all night and going up against big odds, you know, Lane Olson gets my vote for that Purple Heart award.
When you look at him and he's just, you can tell he's expended a tremendous amount of effort, but he keeps coming back.
Yep.
Keeps coming back.
And you think he wants to come out of this game right now, even though his team's going to be down by 20 or 21 here with 2 minutes to go? No way.
Clay Olson, a senior, checking in for Colfax. Ethan Kiekefer will check out. Kiekefer, just a sophomore. Again, another one of those young guys that Andy Meade will be looking to build around for next season.
Coach Meade doing a nice thing there. Going to try and get some of his seniors some time on the Kohl Center floor. Something you'll remember for the rest of your life.
Off the glass for 2 is Dwayne Wilson.
I don't think it'll be too long until Dominican empties their bench now. Taylor's already out. I think you'll see Wilson going pretty soon here. These guys get the luxury of having a day off, though, which will be nice for them.
Lane Olson challenging Diamond Stone again. And
what's the state record for block shots? He's got to be, I mean, 15 of them, isn't it? 14. All right, so he's already got it, right?
Hayden Fear going baseline, and he gets that one to drop.
Take that, big fella.
Right in the trees, and he snuck that one through.
You can't call him a redwood yet, but he's going to be.
Double teamed and fouled. And Paul Wollersheim is clearing his bench.
Fouls on number 23.
He got tangled up there with Shipman
for the help.
I think that was just pure strength by Shipman to knock him over. Only the 15th foul for Colfax, so the Dominican Knights will have to take it out of bounds underneath the basket.
And 14.
Max Pignotti, number 14, into the game for Dominican, as is number 4, Jalen Daniels. 44 is Brian Marquez. 22, Adam O'Neill. Good dish in the finish.
Nice pass.
For Adam O'Neill.
Nice pass by Miller.
Little Junior awfully happy. He's in the scorebook.
Miller's got quite a story behind him in their university school game where they were down 9 with under 4 minutes to go. He had a couple big shots to bring the Knights back after Wilson was injured in that game. Nice luxury to have.
Sure. Hayden Fear going strong to the bucket. Now he'll go to the free throw line.
Good take by Hayden there to get to the glass. See if he can knock down the free throws. And here come wholesale substitutions for Colfax.
Number 40 is Trevor Seacraw. Number 10, Dylan Lloyd. Number 50, Garrett Miller. Number 30 is Joe Wall. And the Colfax fans are giving their guys a nice ovation here at the Kohl Center.
As they should. They've had one heck of a season. You lose your 2 best players from last year and you still get back to state this year. That's pretty remarkable.
Let's not forget, they were ranked 7th in the state, the Coaches Association Division 4 poll. So good team. They just ran into a juggernaut. It was a good Division 4 field, but I think what we're seeing, Chris, is 2 teams that were just at a different level, and those 2 will meet for the title on Saturday, Cuba City and Dominican. Now checking in, Michael Larson. As Hayden Fear, the senior, comes out, gets a hug from Andy Mead, and a lot of congratulations.
Would you call Saturday's game an epic matchup?
I think you could. I think we'll have the 2 championship games that are set right now. The Division 5 matchup, Sheboygan Lutheran and Racine Lutheran. That should be a very good game. And
the Lutheran battle.
Dominican and Cuba City. Yeah, maybe I could use the epic word. Yeah.
Definitely legend coaches. You know, Paul's only in his 17th year, but he's got 2 state titles, plus the WISA titles that Dominican has, plus the history that program's had. So you could say it might be 2 of the more legendary programs in the state since the 60s, you know, when Gaz was there and they ran off 60-some in a row.
I tell you, if Paul Wallersheim decides he's going to keep coaching into his 60s, well, at this rate, he's going to rack up all kinds of wins. And Jerry Pettigrew's mark speaks for itself.
I would say so. Both excellent ambassadors for basketball, too, in the state of Wisconsin.
Yeah, both guys put in so much time in the off season, and Jerry does so much with the youth programs down there in Cuba City, working camps and doing the WBCA and giving back to the game and trying to raise the overall level of basketball in the state. And can't just happen in a few plays; it has to be a group effort.
Absolutely, and again, that's back to the kind of the theme of what we've been saying of how Wisconsin basketball his leaps and bounds has been remarkable the last 10, 15 years especially.
Jalen Daniels, a 5'10 junior, averaging 1.5 points per game. Time ticking down on this one. The Dominican Knights will be moving on. Colfax will wrap up an outstanding season with a 24-3 record.
Absolutely, nothing to be ashamed of. They battled all night long.
Steal by Jalen Daniels, and he was thinking layup before he really had possession.
Layup or dunk? What do you think?
Well, maybe he was thinking dunk. Time has expired. Dominican defeats Colfax by a final of 67-64. The Knights move on to the Division 4 state championship game on Saturday. Now a message from your local station. This is your WIAA network station. Dominican defeats Colfax 67-44 in this Division IV state semifinal. The Knights move on to the state championship game Saturday against Cuba City. Time now for the Wisconsin Corn Growers Play of the Game. Brought to you by the Wisconsin Corn Growers Association, working hard to provide food and fuel to America. Diamond Stone providing a defensive presence for Dominican. That is your Wisconsin Corn Growers Association Play of the Game.
The starting flag isn't the only thing green at racetracks around the country. More and more race cars are going green by using an ethanol blend. Even NASCAR is fueling up with Sunoco Green E15 for the first time this year. And where does ethanol come from? Corn, produced by Wisconsin farmers and others like them across the country. The Wisconsin Corn Growers Association. From race cars to your car. Power, performance, and now a promise for a cleaner future. And that's good for all of us.
That was me. Actually, that was me. And that's not like me. I used to be a football player. Wrong century. I wanted to feel like that again. So I did something about it. I got back into shape. Now when I chase the bad guys, they do not get away. Yeah, I got him.
Dominican defeats Colfax 67-44. The Knights move on to that Division IV state championship game Saturday against Cuba City. What are your thoughts on that one, Chris?
Well, again, I think it's going to be the game everybody's been looking for. Dominican took care of business tonight, taking that first step to get there. And Colfax has nothing to hang their head about. They did a great job of scrapping all night, and should be a lot of fun on Saturday.
Chris, nice job. Great working with you again.
You too, Bob. Thank you.
We've got more basketball coming up Friday, Division III in the morning, Division II in the afternoon, and some great Division I games at night. For all of us here on the broadcast, we say thank you very much for watching the 2012 WIAA State Boys Basketball Tournament.
The 97th Annual Boys State Basketball Championships are a sports exclusive of the Wisconsin Division of Quincy, New